Still think Hela's got to be up there in the 2 meta. Hit scan hero, strongest damage consistently, which is always going to be disgusting. It doesn't have to be in the second right now, but I have to put Punisher up here. His hit scan, which, you know, hit scan's in a better place now that flyers are a problem, more of a problem. Punisher, less spread on his guns, more ammo on his AR, a problem. He gets his ult quick. He moves faster in it now. It's all about protect the Punisher comp. Gets his ult back super quick now. Has more HP. I think I have to also put Hawkeye up here. You know, I see a lot of videos about like, oh, Hawkeye's still not great. Guys, he's just good, dude. He's just still really good, you know? And the fact that he pairs with Luna of all supports, one of the best, potentially the best support in the game, who now does a ton of damage and now gives him an ability to freeze people through wall. You might be thinking, oh, that's so niche. No, it's not, dude. Launch that shit off cooldown at anybody, anywhere, and just try to freeze somebody. If anyone gets frozen, dash jump in the sky and put an arrow in their head. It's an instant free kill. I think I got to put Storm up here now. Gonna be played in every single game if she's not banned, especially if Jeff's not banned. That team up is, I'll say, I said in the Jeff conversation, the best team up they've ever had because it kills through every support ult, which got rid of the problem of immunity ultimates. That's no longer a thing if Jeff NATO's on the field. It picks them up out of the ult and it kills them inside of Jeff instead of being on a support ult. But Wolverine is unkillable, dude. I'm personally putting him here. I'm a Vanguard main. This is the one that I might say is a little biased, okay? But nowadays people are putting Luna Crystal on Wolverine. They're now putting Ultron Bot on Wolverine. They're now putting Mag Shield on Wolverine. And he just walks at you. And you cannot do anything about it unless you have a good invis. One of the things that streamers say, including myself initially with Wolverine, was like, just play single tank. You know what happens when I play single tank? I just still have Wolverine grabbing me. And just me now. I have to go maybe Thing. Emma, yeah, you know, I use Diamond. He just stands there because he's immune to pain. And just waits it. Same with Mag Bubble. He just waits now because he has so much ways of staying alive. And the problem with Wolverine is he takes tanks out of the game. I no longer have an influence in the game when there's a Wolverine in the enemy team. And that's not me saying that out of somebody who has spite for Wolverine. It's a matter of fact. With the team up, he's in 2 meta, I would say. For Namor, really good still. And into flyers because the laser beam is just annoying. Like the laser beam messes up flyers too. So let's say if Namor has the team up, let's put him into meta as well. Without it, he's strong still. There's just a lot less dive in the game. So significantly drops him. Not like this is where I had him last season. I still think he's incredible, but you know, can't run away with the game without the team up, in my opinion. Similar story to Bucky, really, really strong. They made him great, dude. He's got an argument to be up here now. You know, you'll see him in a lot of games if some of these meta people are banned out, which a lot of them will be. You'll see Bucky, who's still great. They slightly nerfed his ult. They slightly buffed him with the extra bubble, the extra orb. Orb is good, dude. Give him extra shield, knock down flyers, which is good right now. The pull's always strong. I'm going to put Psylocke in strong. Still great. People thought she was, quote unquote, nerfed into the ground. I don't know what you're talking about. I played with Tap yesterday, which is the #1 Psylocke, and he was like 20-0. Still killed every backline in 2 seconds. If you're really good with aiming, Psylocke's still disgusting. But her ult forces out cooldowns. You know, everyone says just have the supports look at each other, but in the middle of a fight or when Psylocke's are doing their ults properly and jumping up into the sky and causing havoc, it's really difficult to do that and survive successfully. You know, Cloak and Dagger bubble's pretty good to do that, but a lot of the time Cloak and Dagger get hard countered as you climb, and it's difficult to maintain playing them unless you ban out their problems. If you get good at moving with your ascend, descend with him, and you're good with laser, he's still a huge threat. Struggles into the poke, right? So he can't be in 2 meta. Struggles heavily into these 3. Laser's still always going to be good. Everyone's bummed about the Gamma team up. The Gamma team up was not a big deal, guys. Once they buffed his laser, the Gamma team up was like 20 extra damage. It was nothing crazy. I'll put Star-Lord here. His team up is busted. He's got a good ult, like a really good ult. He can get it really fast still with the Magneto bubbling him, and he spins over the enemy. That has not been changed. I think that the Widow team up is so good, dude. Punisher is super strong right now, and if you have a good aimer on Widow now with that team up, dude, it's a penetrating, no reload. And if you have damage boost, 2 taps flyers. So you just go bang, bang. And they can, if they don't get a shield from invis or they don't get healed immediately, they're immediately. It's 2 shots. 2 shots. But she still does a good job keeping away with the kick reload too. Like, she's just a menace, dude. If you're really good with Widow, she is a menace. I think that, so I'll say Magic is a pretty good brawl annoyance. It still requires a very high skill ceiling. Good Magics are really good into the right comp. Struggles into flyers still, which is a problem for Magic, so I'll leave her towards the end as well. It's all about your skill with Magic. It's skill expression, and understanding cooldowns definitely gets messed up by things like Emma, though. So I'd put her down in playable, but I think that she's still better than the recent change like Iron Fist. I think Moon Knight is up here in strong as well, but he is very situational into team comp. He depends. If they go Loki, if they go, you know, even like Groot and stuff like that, things that you can bank off of, Namor. If you have a lot of banks and free shots with Moon Knight, he's still really good. Especially if you go Groot Moon Knight, it still works. Still works, not as good, still works. You'll find a couple picks instead of a full team wipe. But he's very counterable as well. She feels way more fluid and reactive, and I saw her a few times in the pro scene, and I don't know if I'm going to change my mind on her. I haven't played a lot of her or gone against a lot of her, but I have seen pros running her significantly more than I thought I would. So I'll say this, Squirrel is bounceable between playable and strong. Depends on the comp they're running. Obviously, if they're heavy flyers, she's absolutely useless, or like far less useful. So I'll put Squirrel here for now. But into certain comps and how fast and reactive she is, she's pretty good, dude. Pretty good. Iron Fist in a similar story can be used if you're really strong with him, but his flying capabilities are significantly reduced. Still has his block relatively quick and can be hella annoying if you're very patient and you understand him well. But definitely got a heavy nerf in this new patch. I think that Torch is probably the very end of strong as well. He's no longer stupid meta, but he's still pretty good. Still pretty good. Got a bit of a nerf. Still played a lot, and with the flyer meta is still annoying. I think Fantastic is pretty good, but not insane, as the damage has gotten spiked. I'm going to put him in playable. I'll put him in the top, like up here in playable. I think Fantastic is good, but not great. And I think he can be played a lot, but I don't think you need, if you have two tanks, I don't think you need Fantastic ever. He was good. He was better last season, I think, in strong because he was doing a pretty good job of peeling as well. He's a pretty good peel hero, but it's less frequent this season. There's a lot more flyers, and yeah, he can dash to him, but it's just not as prevalent. All right. Spider-Man still, you know, unplayable, but like I said, I've seen some of the best Spider-Man, and they can run a lobby, but they will have to switch sometimes. There's a lot of one-trick Spider-Man that can do some crazy shit, but, and his ult's pretty strong, actually. And, you know, helps with things like Ultron a bit, and they did get rid of the Venom team-up, which hurts him. So you got to be much more skillful with Spidey to get a ton of value, but there is people that do that, totally fine. Wanda, that team-up was not as good as I thought it was. I'm put her at the very end of playable. The alt's still kind of unless you put all your resources into it, and even then it's really slow unless you do something like Mantis alt and just walk them, which is pretty funny. So it's so avoidable with shield, it's so avoidable with CC. Panther, I'm gonna keep him at the bottom because I just think he used to be able to run games significantly more than he can now, and I just don't think he's great. But the thing that I will say is I've seen Panthers in top 500 that are disgusting, but as your supports are really good, he just falls off heavy, and he has a very hard counter with Thing, even though Thing's kind of ass. So that maybe gives him in a conversation for the end of playable, but Thing really shuts him down, dude. If you go put a Yancey Street on anybody in the backline and Panther tries to dash them, he stands in the middle of them, and everyone kills him immediately. He can't dash out. That is a huge counter for him.